Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this soft olive green, smoky, winged out look. Don't know exactly what to call it, but I was inspired by my backdrop since it is an olive green, even though it can translate a little gray. And I sort of just winged it when creating this look. I didn't really have any inspiration, and I really like the way it turned out, especially because of this new bronzer I've been using. I might have a new favorite. You guys know Milk Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced is my go-to. It's really hard to find a cool toned bronzer for a fair skin, and I know I don't translate that fair sometimes, but I'm actually towards the lighter side, like a light medium. I think because of my olive skin tone, I can translate darker, but I am more towards the fair side. So finding a good bronzer for my skin tone is really hard. A lot of the times I apply bronzer and I have to tone it back because it's too dark and I just need to do a lot of blending. So there's a new bronzer in town, which I absolutely love. So I'll be sharing that product with you guys within this video. Let me know what you guys think of it. And with that said, do me a favor and don't forget to subscribe before you head out of this video. Give it a like, share it, all that good stuff, and let's jump right into it. I'm starting with the eyes today, and I'm going in with Tarte's Shape Tape in the shade Medium Light. I'm going to apply this just on the brow bone above the crease to balance out any discoloration on my eyelids, because I am going to be using this green cream eyeshadow from JOUER on the eyelid as my main eyeshadow base. I love using cream eyeshadows whenever I'm working with color because it really makes powder eyeshadows pop. So I'm applying it close to the lash line and then I'm blending it up into the crease. I'm using an LH Cosmetics brush. This is from Linda Hallberg's, and this brush is amazing. I could seriously stock up and buy like 10 of these. It's so good. All of the brushes from her line are amazing. I definitely recommend you guys check them out. So once I'm done blending that out, I'm going to go in with the actual green eyeshadow. This is Take 2 by Makeup Geek, and I'm just using my fingertip to really press it onto my eyelid and into that cream eyeshadow. And then from here, I'm just blending the powder eyeshadow into the cream. And while I'm blending, let me know if you guys like shorter tutorials that are voiced over or longer makeup tutorials where I talk you through it. Let me know in the comment section before you guys head out because I'm curious to know. So now I'm going in with this Marc Jacobs highliner. This one is in the shade Irony. It's like a really deep gray charcoal color. I thought it just went really well with this eye look. I almost did a green eyeliner, but I thought that this one complemented the look. So I just applied it close to the lash line, and then I'm using an angled eyeliner brush to create that really soft, smoky wing. And then I'm applying my favorite individual lashes by Ardell in the medium and long length. I like applying them now so they have a chance to dry, so I can apply mascara to them later without any of them falling off, because if you don't let them dry, they will come off on your mascara wand. Moving on to the skin, I'm using the Priming Moisturizer by Glossier. This was actually my first time using this, and my skin was feeling and looking really dry and dull, so I thought I would give this a try, and it really brought back the moisture to my skin, and it also made my makeup last into the evening. And then for foundation, I'm using the DIOR AIRFLASH because, as you saw, I had picked out a couple of blemishes that were on my face, so they were kind of swollen and red when I was filming this, so I needed something with a full coverage that was flawless, so I decided to use that foundation. As you guys saw, I sprayed it onto my beauty blender before applying it to my skin, and then I'm going back in with Tarte's Shape Tape to highlight and conceal the center of the face. And if you guys are wondering why I'm using my fingers with this concealer, it tends to dry pretty quickly, so I like to use my fingers to warm it up and really blend it into the skin, and then I go in with a sponge to further blend it out. And this one is actually by Ofra, and I really have been loving this sponge. It's very comparable to Beauty Blender, almost even better. Do I dare say that? I don't know. But I'm also using it to press the COVERFX setting powder into my skin. And then finally, we have that bronzer I was telling you guys about. This is the new HOOLA LITE bronzer by Benefit. When you look at it, doesn't it look like it wouldn't do anything? But just look at it on my skin. It shows up so dark on my skin, and you guys wouldn't think that when you look at the powder straight on, but it's just the perfect color if you're more towards the fair side. I highly recommend you guys try it if you're more fair and have yet to find a great bronzer that doesn't look muddy or dirty on your skin. I really love it, and I will probably be alternating between this one and my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer from here on out. And when it comes to a nose contour, I feel like I haven't always been the best at it. So I started doing this technique that I've seen others do where you take the translucent powder and slide it alongside where you contoured, and it really cleans it up, makes it look a lot sharper and nicer. So I'm definitely going to be doing this from here on out. And then I also took the HOOLA bronzer and applied it to the crease, because it created more of a monochromatic look with the rest of the makeup versus the eyes being cool toned and standing out. And also for the blush, to match the rest of the look and keep it monochromatic, I went in with my favorite blush, which is Flesh and Fantasy by Marc Jacobs. To highlight, I used Gold is the New Black by Dose of Colors. It took me so long to use this highlighter because when I looked at it in person, I thought it was going to be way too dark for my skin tone, and it is so perfect. I think the fact that it's gold is what makes it very suitable for most skin tones, and it really gives a glossy effect to the skin. So I'm just applying it all over, and as you guys saw, I like doing this technique where I sweep the face highlighter onto my brow bone and onto the temples of the face, and then I also use the face highlighter to highlight the inner corners of the eyes, bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and ever the nose. Now I'm just going to go back and complete the rest of the eyes. So I'm going back in with that cream eyeshadow from JOUER and applying it to the lower lash line. However, I will say that I didn't set it with a powder, so it did end up creasing later in the day underneath my eyes. So if you want to do this technique, just grab an eyeshadow that's similar in tone or even a translucent powder to set that cream eyeshadow underneath the eyes, or it will move around. And for my brows, I recently did a brow tutorial, so if you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on how I groom and fill in my brows, go ahead and click the eye in the corner and it'll take you to my video. But for now, I'm just going to speed through this really quick. I'm using the DIOR brow styler to fill in my brows, and then I'm going to use my Ready Set brow gel from Benefit to set them in place. To prevent my mascara from smudging everywhere else, I always go in with a setting spray before doing mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I always bust out this incredibly attractive headband to cover my baby hairs, because if I spray them with a setting mist, they go kind of crazy. So I'm just going to give myself a mist of the Chill setting spray by Urban Decay. It's my absolute favorite at the moment. And then I can go in and finish with mascara. I'm using Triple Threat Mascara by Pure Cosmetics on my upper and lower lashes. I almost forgot to tightline. I always recommend doing this when you have false lashes on because it really connects the look of the waterline to the lashes and to the rest of the makeup. So I'm going back in with the Marc Jacobs highliner and just filling in my upper waterline, leaving the lower waterline bare. And then finally for the lip, I'm using this see-through lip liner by Pure. I've seen these around and have never tried them, and I figured why not try it now, because whenever I do a nude lip, I don't tend to use a lip liner normally. So I was like, why not go in with this one and see if it prevents my lipstick from bleeding out? And I do think it helped because I did apply a liquid lipstick. I used Dose of Colors Sand, but on top of that, I used Undressed lip gloss from Dose of Colors, and it stayed put for a really long time. And that completes the look. I've come to the conclusion that when it comes to a nude lip, I have to just get it right the first time, because the more I take off or the more lipsticks I try, the worse the nude lip looks, because I feel like it takes away the foundation around the lip, the foundation that was on the lip originally to cover up your natural lip color. Your lips get more red. So I'm working on a favorite nude lipsticks video for you guys. Anytime I find one that I love, I set it aside. So that video is coming. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. And I've asked you guys 1,000,001 questions already in this video, so I'm gonna head out. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.